Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back, you guys. Let's go ahead and get a quick collective reading. Multi heaven, Mother, Father, beautiful angels, clear and concise messages, please. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Stop. Thank you guys. Clear and concise messages, just general messages we're going to be doing. General message. I have about 20 minutes, so not to rush it, but you know. Okay. I'm gonna say, what does the collective need to know at this very moment? I think that that's a good one. You know, we can go general. What does the collective need to know at this time? What is something that they need to know at this time? What is something they need to hear at this time? Free and clear and concise messages, please. Yeah. This is good. Yeah. Okay. I got all types of downloads before doing this reading, but I'm just gonna see what comes out. I'm gonna wrap my belly up. I'm a little bloated right now. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I'm gonna say. All right. So this is exactly what I was thinking that's coming out. So what we have here is, oh my God, this is a really good time for you. This is a really, really good time for you. This is a really, really, really good time for you. This is wonderful. This is wonderful energy. This is wonderful energy. Okay, so we have, you're moving into you're moving into a higher timeline. I'm not gonna say your highest timeline. To me, you are shifting, you are moving into one of your highest timelines that you ever have been in. And to me, that's the point of life, right? That is the point we are constantly up leveling, we're constantly ascending, we're constantly shifting, right? So there are decisions that you've had to make, right? Where decisions are portals, right? People are portals. Things that every decision you make, every person that you decide to keep interacting with, down to the foods that you eat, are all portals. They're all decisions. And so think about how decisions are portals. And so you have made decisions in your life that have contributed to you shifting onto a timeline where there is nothing but abundance and success. Success. I see public recognition here. I see happiness, joy, warmth, just really experiencing like the good that life has to offer, right? So we have the Six of Wands here, and then we have the Sun card. The Six of Wands together with the Sun card is like ultimate illumination, right? So this is like, that not only is this public recognition, but this is like illumination, right? So this is enlightenment, being seen or viewed as enlightened, being seen and viewed as radiant, right? And for some of you, this is fame. I see it here, and I can't unsee it. I can't say that this is not fame. The sun is illumination. The sun is a Leo energy, right? And so this is the Leo. Yeah, we got a double Leo here, right? We have the Six of Wands, which is a Leo card, and then we have the Sun, which is a Leo card. So I may be speaking to a Leo. You may be standing in like a very Leo energy, right? You may be seen as very Leo-esque. You may have a lot of attention on you. You may be receiving public recognition in your field for whatever you do. This could be anywhere. This could be work. This could be in your family. This could be in your neighborhood. This could be in your career. This can be online, right? But I see that you are moving into a space. This is a timeless reading, right? So if you're not already in this energy, you are about to come into a lot of recognition. And to me, this feels like recognition because what we are celebrated for and what we are, I feel like there's a way people say it. It's like an idiom. It's the sacrifices that you make and the choices that you make behind closed doors is what you are publicly celebrated for. So that you make behind closed doors is what you are publicly celebrated for. So this is not an overnight success. You know what I mean? This isn't like, you just wake up famous, or this is not an overnight success. This is a product of all the decisions that you've made for your highest timeline, right? And so, I'm not sure if I want to get too much into this energy over here, because this is like, you've had to make a judgment call, right? You've had to make a judgment call on energies that wanted to sort of like not see you as who you are, not see you as the Empress. So making a judgment call on just anything that like treats you beneath what you are, right? And it looks like there's, it looks like there are individuals who are really in their head, individuals who are really, I don't feel like getting into this energy because it pops up in every reading, right? I want to have a reading where we just talk about you. We talk about what's coming in for you. My right hand is hurting. It's like right in here. I wonder what that's about. Your gain is their pain. Your gain is their pain. That's what I'm getting. Right hand is gain. Typically the right hand, when it itches, it has to do with receiving money, receiving something, receiving gifts. And I'm having a pain. Your gain is their pain. And that's what I'm getting from this this energy. It's like you being in this energy, you being in this Sun, Six of Wands energy, right? Really being viewed as exactly who you have been. You've been this Empress, right? You've been this Empress, but you're finally being like seen as the Empress. And it's like certain energies didn't want you to be seen that way, right? They didn't want you to be seen as the Empress, right? They're in their head and they feel they're really torn up about it because they were hoping that you would just continue to stay as a previous version of yourself. We have the Six of Cups here. It's like they wanted you to be seen. They wanted you to stay in this previous version of yourself. They didn't want you to grow or change. So you are in this Six of Wands Sun energy, right? To me, this gives enjoying, like, this gives like a good summer. This gives like a hot girl summer. This gives like enjoying your life. This is very beautiful energy and being seen enjoying your life. Some of you may be stepping into fame. Fame. This is screaming fame. This is screaming, if not fame for you. Fame for what it means for you, right? So if fame for you is like in your work, right? Where you are being recognized for your projects and you are being recognized for your positive qualities, or you're being seen as a leader, whatever the case is, that's what that means for you, right? So whatever success and like public recognition means for you, but this is giving big fame energy, illumination, right? So the Sun obviously is about, it's like double energy. Not only is it public recognition, but it's like being seen in your true likeness and being seen in your light, right? Being seen in the light that, I don't know, it's like being seen in the light that people you may have had certain energies around you. It could be one person, it could be a community. It's giving family with the Six of Cups here. You may have people who just didn't want to see you step into that energy, and it's like I got my right hand hurting, right? And the right hand is when your hand itches on the right side, it means that you're about to receive gifts and money. Well, it was pain. So it's like your gain is their pain. Your gain is their pain. And unfortunately, certain people have such a lack mentality where they don't see someone gaining around them as like, oh wow, like they're gaining and I'm seeing them gain. That means it's possible for me. That means God's in the neighborhood. That means that, I'm going to be inspired by that. That means that I'm going to feel good. I'm going to get that secondhand, like good energy in my spirit. And I'm seeing them gain. That means it's possible for me. That means God's in the neighborhood. That means that, I'm going to be inspired by that. That means that I'm going to feel good. I'm going to get that secondhand, like good energy in my spirit and feel good. You know what I mean? Like it's free, it's good energy. Like watching people get blessed is like free energy. It's free good energy. Like you could take that and be like, damn, like I can feel that. And like manifest it for myself, not in a weird like vampy way, but like it's free energy. It's free positive energy. Someone crying and happy and succeeding and stuff, and you can like use that energy and you can feel that good energy too. Does that make sense? But some people don't operate that way. They see it and they're like, oh well, if they have it, that means that. They feel like if you have it, then they don't have it. Like they have a very like it has to be you or them. A very they have a mindset. They have a high polarity mindset. A high polarity mindset, like a high you versus them, the rich versus it's a very highly polarizing polarity type mindset where it's got to be you or them, right? And so in their mind they've made it up that if it's you it can't be them, which is really a mindset that doesn't contribute. It doesn't contribute to. It really doesn't contribute to anything positive, right? It just keeps them in this energy, right? This Eight of Swords type of Three of Swords energy, very swordsy, very wounded, very just in negative thoughts. In negative thoughts and almost like self-imprisonment. Like almost imprisoned by their own thoughts about seeing you reap the fruits of your labor. I'm like I said, I'm getting fruits of labor here. Like the Nine of Pentacles isn't out here, but that's what I'm getting from this Six of Wands and this Sun energy is like you don't get to the Six of Wands and the Sun by just showing. Like it's what's done in the dark is what's brought to light. Like what's done behind closed doors, all the hard work that you've done is now being seen. So this is not an overnight success. This isn't like, oh, randomly you just rolled over and you didn't put in the work. No, you put in the work. You put in the work. You put in the passion. You stayed in positive energy, right? You stayed, you kept it, you kept a healthy, your inner child. This Sun is giving me like big inner child energy. Like you protected your inner child so that your inner child is very happy. And I think that to me, that may be something that could be contributing to this overall like positive energy, because the Sun is Leo energy, right? And so the 5th house rules over Leo, which is the house of joy, creativity. This is the house of like childlike energy, right? So the 5th house is maybe what you are receiving this public recognition for. So the 5th house is like hobbies, right? You may have like a hobby. You may have something that you create, something that you do that brings you warmth, that brings you fun, that brings you, puts you into a childlike energy, right? big hobby energy. So this could be your art. You could be a filmmaker. You could be an artist. You know, you could be a singer. You can be a rapper. You can be, you know, a painter. You can be anything. But, you know, this is big, like being seen creatively for your creative talents as well. Like if this is in your business or if this is in work, this is going to be being creative in work, like creating new innovative ways to like optimize an initiative or whatever the heck they be talking about. You're creating new initiatives, you know. And so this is really positive energy. And, you know, I think that for me, what I see here is like, I see people watching, right? They're watching however they can see you. If they're in the break room, they're looking at you. If they're online, they're watching you, you know, and whatever, however they can view you, they are seeing you, and they're seeing you create and create and create and create. They're seeing you have new, fresh ideas. It's like you keep coming up with new ideas, right? You don't stop. You're not stopping, right? And that puts them in this feeling of like they're disappointed. They're disappointed to see that, like, what are they disappointed in? What are they disappointed in? Because I'm seeing this. They're disappointed in seeing you be given the things that they're disappointed in seeing you receive, because this is what I'm getting. There's someone people receive, because this is what I'm getting. There's someone, people, whoever this resonates for, they're disappointed in the fact that things are very fair for you. Things are turning out. It's like people know, whoever this is, it's like they know that what you're being gifted, or you standing in this energy, in this like Six of Wands, like sun energy, is fair. They know it's fair. They know that you deserve it. They know you deserve it. This is not an energy where people feel like you don't deserve what you're getting. They know you deserve it. They know that it's fair because they know that it's divine law. This is divine law, right? Justice, balance, cause and effect, right? You are reaping the benefits of the things, of the plants. It's like if you grow a tree and it bears fruit. Well, yeah, you grew a tree. Yeah, you planted the seeds, you tended the soil, you watered it, you took care of it, and you kept growing it, and now you have fruit. Right? So that's just cause and effect. It's like people know that, but for some reason that's disappointing. Almost like someone has an issue. Someone has something about things being fair for you. It's like people, it's almost like someone wanted things to be unfair. And this reminds me of a dream that I had. Like this might have been like a year ago that I had this dream. I'm going to share it. So the fact that it feels like there's disappointment around you getting the things that you worked for, right? The Justice card is here. This is cause and effect, right? This is literally what you reap is what you sow. What you reap is what you sow. This is, if you grow a tree, right? If you plant trees in the ground and you tend to the soil, you grow the fruit. Right? There are people who wanted to see you plant the seeds, but not see the fruit. And it's almost like there's a sense of like people were wanting things to be unfair for you. I don't know why. People wanted things to be unfair for you. I don't know if it's because there's a projection about you being in this energy, or there people lack mentality where maybe they felt like things were unfair for them. For whatever reason, they're projecting this feeling of like wanting to have seen things be unfair for you, right? They wanted this justice. They wanted this justice energy, right? They wanted you to feel like this. They wanted you to feel like you didn't receive the things that you were meant to receive, and it's not fair, right? And they're heartbroken that that's not the case. And to me, this reminds me of this dream that I had. Now, I only have 10 minutes, so I gotta hurry up. This reminds me of this dream that I had a year ago, where I remember I did a good deed for, like, I was hanging out with a group, right? And I did a good deed, right? Where I paid for lunch for everyone. I can't remember. It was like a group. I paid for lunch. And then after lunch, we went into like a spiritual shop, right? And there was a lady who was the owner. And we went into the shop, and the people that I paid lunch for, they were like, oh yeah, we could buy you whatever in here since you got lunch. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever. I didn't really think too much about it. I completely forgot that they said that they would pay for my stuff, right? And so we got to the counter, and the total was like $100 or something like that. And the lady was like, okay, your total's $100. And I was pulling out my money to pay for my stuff. And the people that I was with were like, oh, remember, we got you. Like, remember, you paid for our dinner. Okay, so it looks like the message, for some reason, the video keeps pausing. Whatever, there's some interference as I'm trying to get this message out. So, but we are, Most High Heavenly Mother and Father, please allow me to deliver this message free of interference, clear and concise, please. So as I was saying was, the people in the store, they were like, the people that I paid for their food, right? And they were like, we got into the store and I got to the register and my stuff was about $100. And people that I was with, they were like, oh, remember, you paid for our stuff. So you remember you paid for our food, so we're gonna pay for your stuff. And I was like, oh, thank you. I'm like, I wasn't expecting anything back in return, but they had paid for my stuff, right? And the lady at the counter was like, oh, well, you still have to pay $100 for this thing over here, right? So there was some charge that she made up where she was like, well, you still have to pay $100. And I'm like, why? And she's like, well, there's this fee. And so she made up this fee, right? And it was like, it just was ridiculous. You know how dreams are. And I was like, do you just want me to pay just because you want me to pay? Like, do you need money? And she was like, yeah, I just want $100. Like, she just wanted my money. She just wanted me to pay $100. And I'm pretty sure I woke up from the dream and I was like, what the hell? So it's like, this was a dream that I had where I realized that there are people that want you to do the good deed, put in the work, but still somehow get the shitty end of the stick, right? There are people that want you to do the good deed, put in the work, but still somehow get the shitty end of the stick, right? Keep in mind, I'm watching the timer, just to make sure it doesn't stop again. But there are people who want you to do the work, sow the seeds, tend to the soil, but not see the fruit, right? They want you to do the good deeds. They want you to put out good energy into the universe and not see it come back to you, right? So it's like there's an unfairness that people were hoping to see with you. They were hoping that things would be unfair. They were hoping that you would be in this energy of like this Six of Wands. This Six of Pentacles and this Justice, but in the reverse. This is what they wanted for you. They wanted to see you work and work and work and try and not see anything from it, right? And then these are people who have a lack mentality, right? These are people who literally like who have a lack mentality. And so seeing you receive the positive things in your life puts them in this like state of like negative thinking, self-entrapment. They feel victimized. I don't know if they feel like life hasn't been fair for them for some reason. That's what this is giving. Like, this is trauma. Like, this is very traumatized energy. Like, people may be feeling like life wasn't fair for them. Maybe they feel like they did the work and didn't see the results or something like that. I don't know, but this is like this, you sitting in this Six of Wands and Sun energy is literally cause and effect, right? This is literally cause and effect. This is you tilling the ground and seeing the fruit. That's just what happens when you grow a tree, right? And so like I said, I don't know if this paused, but people are in this regret, like this feeling of like, you know, they're watching you from however they're able to. If they're watching you, they're seeing you at work, they're seeing you online, they're seeing you in school, wherever you're at, they're seeing you and they're in this just very disappointed to see that you actually are receiving this like positive energy that they know that you worked hard for and put out, right? So, you know, you've made judgment calls and you've been very logical in protecting what you're building, protecting sort of like your garden. Whenever I see the Empress, I see in the garden, like in the garden of your own creations, right? So you've worked really hard to like really protect the what you call it is coming in the Bible. There is a, let me make sure it's recording. There is a story of the enemy planting tare amongst the wheat, right? So tare is like false wheat, right? It grows in with the wheat, but it's not until harvest that it can actually be separated. So this is like the tare being separated from the wheat. So your garden's growing, right? Your garden is growing. And there are enemies that were trying to plant tare amongst your wheat, right? They were hoping to confuse you or distort your garden. Or I'm like rushing because I only have like 5 minutes. Okay. I actually have to leave right now. I want to finish this reading though. So there were people that didn't want you to see your harvest, that didn't want you to see your fruits, that didn't want you to stand in an energy that obviously they saw that you were in. Obviously they saw you were in this energy enough to know to try to interfere with it, right? So we have what's coming in for you is what's coming in for you. So what's coming in for you is like teamwork. Like maybe you have a team. Maybe you're going to be building a team. Maybe in your work, right? You have like, maybe you have new employees that are coming in, people that are going to help drive the initiative forward. You know what I mean? The Three of Pentacles is giving big work energy, big like boss energy. Like some of you may be stepping into like a leadership position. Some of you may be guiding a team, right? You may have team members underneath you. You're building a team. This is what's coming in, right? Where what I'm getting from this energy is like in the workplace, you may be someone who you may be seen as very balanced. You may be seen as someone who is balanced enough mentally. Like you're very balanced, right? You're very balanced, and you may be seen this way, or you may be called to sort of like create harmony and balance between like personalities, right? And maybe seeing people's, you know, when it comes to management, you have to delegate people and you have to delegate tasks to people based on their personalities, based on their strengths. It requires a lot of like being tempered, right? So some of you may be moving into a leadership position where you have more responsibility with managing people. And also some of you may be acquiring a team, acquiring people who want to help you along your journey. This is big destiny helper energy, right? I have the P too. Okay, so some of you may be acquiring a team here soon. People who are going to help you create, people who are going to help you move forward. The Chariot here is here. The King of Wands is here. The Ace of Wands is here. So there's a team coming in for you. People that are, the Ten of Cups is here. So people who want what you want, right? People who are on the same mission as you, right? This is very aligned. It's a very aligned team. You know, you're moving on, away from energies like this who are in negative thought loops. People who are in negative thought loops, people who are in lack mentality, people who really desire to see a negative outcome for your life, and you're moving toward the things that really, you're moving toward your new opportunities and like conserving your energy, right? So I think this is all positive energy. I just wanted to get a quick reading in, and I'm going to be doing more later on, but I just wanted to get that reading in. Love you guys so much, and congratulations on everything.